In July of 1518, a woman named Frau Trophia walked into a street in Strasbourg and started dancing. She didn't stop for 6 days. No music played, no one asked her to. Her feet just kept moving, hour after hour, until her shoes filled with blood. By the end of the week, 34 other people had joined her. Within a month, that number hit 400. Think about that. 400 people dancing in the streets of a medieval city with no explanation, no rhythm, and no way to stop. City officials didn't call it madness. They called it a fever.
And their solution made everything worse. They believed the dancers needed to dance the sickness out. So they built a stage. They hired musicians. They paid strongmen to dance alongside the afflicted, hoping momentum would burn out the mania faster. It didn't work. People started dying. Some from heart attacks, some from strokes, some from simple, brutal exhaustion, their bodies giving out while their legs kept moving. Physicians at the time blamed hot blood. Priests blamed a curse from St. Vitus, a 3rd century martyr believed to punish sinners with uncontrollable movement. But here's the question nobody could answer in 1518. What actually makes a human body dance against its own will for days without stopping? Modern researchers have circled a few explanations, and none of them are simple. One theory points to ergot poisoning, a toxic mold that grows on damp rye and produces compounds chemically similar to LSD. Eat contaminated bread, and you might experience convulsions, hallucinations, spasms. But ergot poisoning doesn't explain everything. It doesn't easily explain why so many people moved in a way that looked, to witnesses, less like convulsing and more like dancing. That's where a second theory gets stranger. Historian John Waller, who spent years studying the outbreak, argues this wasn't chemical. He argues it was psychological. A condition called mass psychogenic illness, where extreme stress spreads through a population the way a virus spreads through a body. And 1518 gave Strasbourg plenty of stress. Famine had gripped the region. Smallpox and syphilis were killing people in the streets. Taxes were crushing. Belief in curses and divine punishment wasn't a fringe idea. It was the dominant worldview. In a city already primed to believe a dancing curse was real and already exhausted by suffering, a single person's breakdown could have triggered a chain reaction. One woman's body gave out under the weight of it all. And because everyone around her already believed dancing sickness was possible, their minds and bodies followed the same script. Is that really so different from now? We like to think mass hysteria died with the medieval world. But stress-induced physical symptoms spreading through a group isn't a medieval glitch. It's a documented modern phenomenon, from mystery illnesses in schools to unexplained fainting spells in factories. The dancing plague of 1518 killed somewhere between 50 and 400 people, depending on which historical record you trust. And by September, as suddenly as it started, it stopped. No cure was administered, no treatment worked. The dancing simply ended, the way a fever breaks. Here's the part that should unsettle you. The people of Strasbourg weren't unusually weak-minded or uniquely superstitious or fundamentally different from you. They were ordinary humans, pushed past a breaking point, inside a belief system that gave their suffering a shape. Your mind is still capable of turning invisible pain into something the body acts out. The dance floor has just changed.